Welcome to Tailgate Talk, episode 5. And this episode, we're gonna do it solo, right, Alex?
Yeah. Are you sure we're doing it solo?
Yeah, we're doing it solo. It's just gonna be me and you for this episode, and we're just gonna rock with what we got right now.
No.
Well, wait.
Hey, wait, who is this, Hayden?
I'm here.
Well,
Who is this, Hayden?
who is this?
This is Micah, man.
This,
Micah Wommack.
Oh, it's Micah
Oh.
Wommack.
I'm here.
Oh my God!
He
I
finally
made it,
showed
man. I
up.
made it.
He finally showed up. And all jokes aside, we have one of our best friends here. He's also
not
a
mine.
teammate of
Not mine.
He's also a teammate of ours. Start off by introducing yourself, your major, and your hometown.
My name is Micah Wommack. I'm a business major, and I come from a small town called Trenton. It's about an hour north of Dallas.
Shout out to Trent, man. I was just there this past weekend with him. Not only are you studying in business, but you also model. So I'm curious, the world is curious on what you plan to do with your major, or if you're not even going to use your major. What is Micah Wommack going to do later in life?
For sure. With my major, right now it's kind of like, I guess in the backup plan, I obviously want to take modeling to like as far as I can take it, and that I plan to make that my number one.
Guys, did y'all hear this? He's on the football team. If we haven't added, he's a tight end on the football team. He is a full-time student here, and he is a model. Let me remind you that he models for big-time companies. Correct.
Yes.
So Hayden brought it up, right? So you model for a lot of big companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, Cane's, Fossil, and this recent one with Vogue, GQ, in their red carpet for the Super Bowl. Can you elaborate more on that? Starting with Cane's, how did you get Cane's?
For sure. So like, I worked through an agency, and then one day my mom called me. I think I was like in the gym or something, and she was like, "Hey, you're not gonna believe it. You got to call a job offer for Cane's," which is crazy because Cane's is like my favorite place to eat, like my number one. I spent a lot of my money there, so I was super excited. And once I figured out I got it for sure, it was awesome. I had to wake up like real early. We were there at like 6 a.m. all the way until 2. But it was an awesome experience for sure. And everyone always asks me if I got free Canes now or I get free Canes, and I don't. I don't get free Canes, so I guess still pay for it.
So how did this whole modeling gig start? So like, did you just wanted to get into it one day, or I mean, what's the story behind that?
So I actually had no idea. It was my sophomore year of high school. I remember like I'm on the stairs. Mom was like, "Hey, bud, you got into this like modeling agency. I think something like it was a modeling agency out in New York." And I was like, "What?" Because like I never known anything about modeling or like anything about it, and I never even like thought I could do it. But once she told me that, we went to this place to get some pictures done, and then we signed with this New York agency. But it ended up working out. She introduced us to a smaller one down in Dallas, and I've been signed with them since my sophomore year, and it's been a great experience. They've gave me the blessings of all these opportunities, and it was funny because she said she signed me up without me knowing, and if I wasn't gonna get it, she wasn't gonna let me know. That way, my feelings weren't hurt. But
Yeah, so like, if you were ugly, they weren't gonna take you, and she didn't want you to feel bad. But I mean, you are ugly.
So,
But
I know, yeah. I'm trying.
ugliest model I've
every
ever met.
Guys, I'm gonna show y'all a real model. Pan the camera right back to me. I know I look different.
and me too.
I look
Put
good.
the
I
jacket
know.
back
I
on.
know, man. Hey, stop hyping me up.
Is that shirt inside
I
out?
get it. Oh, it's inside out. Guys. Hey, bro, we got the gun down one.
No, that's it, bro. That's it.
Oh, man. Bro, I didn't know that it was inside out. Yeah, but hey, whether it fits inside out or not, I'm the model here. All right, if you focus on me. Nah, but bro, do I just keep it like this the whole show now?
Yeah, you gotta look
I just
silly
keep it like
now.
this. Okay, well, I wanted to relate back to that, right? So, your mom just brought that
Yeah,
up.
she brought me into it.
That was a blessing, bro.
I know, for sure. I think she had, like, people always come up to her and say stuff like, your son's so pretty or something, like, and brought it up, which, I never really heard about, and then that's kind of where her thoughts began and where it took it. And, no, it's for sure a blessing. I'm so grateful for it.
That's cool. One of my favorite shoots for you, it wasn't anything too crazy, but it was with your sister. It was at the chicken farm. Can you tell the audience what your chicken farm is? You know, it's with your family and all that, but I'm gonna show pictures of it.
Okay. So yeah, it's my senior photo shoot my sister did for me. Shout out Kayla, she took my senior photos for free. But we did it at this chicken yard. My grandpa basically owns a farm, and we got this big barn, and behind the barn is like 400 plus chickens. So we grew up feeding them and out there like all the way when we were young and like still to this day somewhat. But yeah, we took them there because it's where I was raised and a lot of memories there.
That's a cool chicken farm, bro. So I was able to go with him about what was it like 3 weeks ago, something like that. And man, there's a lot of chickens on there. Shout out to his family. He has a loving family. Shout out to Uncle Josh. When I was on the chicken farm, he ended up having the chicken. So
he got poked in the face.
Yeah. He ended up poking the chicken right in my face. Shout out to Uncle Josh.
What was your favorite gig going into like modeling? Like, what was like one gig you're like, wow, this is super cool?
It was Canes, but for sure the most recent one with the Vogue and the fashion walk for the Super Bowl. That was like by far the best experience. I didn't like know what to expect, but then once I got there, then I started seeing some of the football players I love watching, like CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Alvin Kamara, then the other celebrities that were there. It was just like, it was crazy. And then Leon Bridges was singing, and I walked to that, and it was awesome people, met some awesome people, and an awesome experience. I'm so, again, grateful for it. Yeah.
He did that for Vogue magazine, right?
Wow. Leon Bridges was singing.
Yeah, that's a huge deal, and he's doing it with top-tier NFL stars.
Yeah.
I mean, did you get to hang out with any of these guys or like any of the celebrities?
Yeah, so after there was an after party, and so I kind of got to meet some of the people. Some people were more closed off, but I got to meet the ones I wanted to meet, and it was crazy.
Who'd you meet?
I met briefly with CeeDee Lamb, Will Anderson,
Alvin Kamara. You walked with him, right?
Yeah, Josh Richards.
You also took a picture with Leon Bridges.
Leon Bridges. Yeah, Leon was super awesome, super humble. And then like also some celebrities that I saw I didn't get to talk to, but like SZA was there, Offset, Pete Davidson.
Alex Earl was right there. She was watching you,
Joe
so
Burrow,
she laid eyes on you, bro.
She did,
hey, man.
Yeah.
You think you fell in love?
No, I didn't follow. I didn't get to see her. I was walking, so like we're not allowed to.
And Joe Burrow was right next to
Joe Burrow was right next to her. That's the crazy thing. So like when you're walking, it's like obviously it's like your job. You're supposed to like be professional at it. But I've never done anything that big. And I'm walking past these people, and it's like you want to smile, but you can't. You got to keep a straight face. So
wait, you have to keep a straight face for this?
Yeah.
So about the straight face, tell the audience about CeeDee Lamb and how he got in trouble.
So some of these NFL guys, like some of them walk before, some of them haven't. Like I think it was maybe CeeDee's first walk, but he comes out with like his hands like this and smiling and everything. And you're supposed to be serious and stuff. But
and he was talking about like
I'm sure he
got in trouble with some CeeDee Lamb got in trouble for doing that.
Yeah, you should have hit like a dance or something like on the
I know, right?
like gritty or something.
You can just do anything you want.
I think your photo shoot with Fossil was pretty neat.
Yes, that was
like with the watches and all that kind of stuff. That's really cool.
For sure too. I love that one.
And that's crazy because I actually have a couple of Fossil watches. I don't know if you showed me it or something like that, but it was cool. I was like, bro, like he models for Fossil.
Yeah.
I think it's very cool that you're also a football player and you're model, and that's why me. He's always with me. He's surrounded by greatness. I elevate him.
Nah, he's trying to improve.
Hey man, forget about that. All right, look, I'm gonna switch it up. I've seen that you had a very fun spring break.
Great spring break.
Yeah, tell me about that. So you flew out there. Man,
you was with me,
man.
man.
I was not with you. That was not me. I don't know if I was there. Shout out to your sisters,
Mm-hmm.
Kenzie and Kayla, for having us over there and showing us around. They're both twins. Shout out to them, her friends, everybody.
Yeah, so my sisters, they run track down at NSU, Nova Southeastern University in Fort Lauderdale. So every spring break, we visit them. Alex here was able to go with me.
We were able to be out there and have fun, we met the spring break.
We met some great people, man. My sisters,
we met some.
They're amazing. They have amazing friends.
Sounds like y'all had a fun time.
Yeah, it was a fun time. You can have a very fun time anywhere that you're at without hating.
I was too busy in Waxahachie working on our podcast while you're on vacation.
It was spring break. Spring break.
Alex too busy in Florida dancing on tables.
Oh yeah. So can you talk about Tavernopa?
There's
it was
Tavernoka.
Tavernoka. I don't know how.
I think it's Tavernoka.
Tavernopa. I don't know what it's called.
We went for one of their friends' birthdays.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Leilani.
Happy late birthday. they dance on tables, and they play this crazy music, and then next thing you know, I turn around and Alex is up dancing, and then he's on the tables dancing.
I think I was the first one to dance on the tables, right?
Yeah,
normally, you ask the waiters what you want, right? You know, I was with Micah, and then we asked the guy for water, and then like 20 seconds later, he was on top of the table dancing. And we're like, bro, get us the water. Bro was on the table dancing.
You were dancing with him.
I was dancing with him. But
and
then the beach. You also went to the beach, right?
Yeah, we went to the beach.
I'm over here talking about you. We went to the beach.
Did y'all do any like Oklahoma drills or anything on the beach?
Nah, we didn't do nothing. I didn't. All we did was just have fun, swim, play some volleyball. We ended up running routes.
We ended up still liking it for football.
Hey, you were an X receiver. You were an outside receiver for a little bit too, before you moved back to tight end.
Yeah, I got injured my shoulders, partially torn labrum, still tore. So they moved me out for that because tight end you do a lot of blocking. At receiver X you do a lot less. So I was moved there for a while, and then I got back to tight end. But yeah, injuries, they're tough, man. Yeah.
Well, you had some knee problems, correct?
Yeah, I tore my ACL my senior year in one of our last football games.
And then when did you tear your labrum?
Labrum was in August in fall camp.
Oh, wow. What brought you to Nelson University? Was it a certain coach? And you came here with one of your buddies from Trenton,
Colton Gray.
Colton Gray. He's a bit of a character, I'll say that.
He is.
And
he's a high school stud, though. He was great at football. He still is.
Yeah. So, what led?
Oh, and it's his birthday. So,
happy birthday,
Colton.
Happy birthday, Colton.
Right now.
He'll probably be on this podcast soon. And so, what led you and Colton Gray to be here? Like, did a coach reach out to y'all? I mean, what was the deal with that? And how'd y'all come in a package deal?
It was the same coach that recruited me. So, but yeah, so
Pointer. Yeah. So
wait, Pointer recruited y'all?
Pointer.
Really?
Well, yeah, and a lot of that had to do with my recruiter, but yeah. So at first, it was looking like, because I was very late to the recruiting process. It was like midway through my senior year season. But at first, it was looking like me and Colton were going to go to 2 schools in Kansas, 2 different schools. It wasn't ideal, but I mean, it's all I had, and I wanted to play football. But then later on, my recruiter got me set up with SAGU at the time, now Nelson. And then I visited the campus. Obviously, it's in Dallas. It's close to home, and it's like a lot of where my jobs are at too. So if I ever needed a job for modeling, like that's where I could go. And then I told Colton, and then Colton got in touch with one of the coaches, and yeah, from there we became roommates, and it worked out. Yeah, obviously it's a godly environment. You're around great people. I mean, I met y'all, I met my friends, so I was definitely meant to come here, and it's been great.
I remember when we were recruiting you specifically. I remember there was the word that there was a 6'6" quarterback coming here, and then immediately he show up and we got a new tight end, and I was like, whoa.
A tight end. I don't know. I don't have the arms some of these guys have. I'm just not as good as these other guys.
Yeah, I came in. I really remember first seeing him. I was like, bro, I don't know if you ever seen Handsome Squidward. That's what I saw, man.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was like, bro. Who's this guy? I ended up asking him if he was a model, and that was true.
Wait, like actually, that's how it worked.
Right.
Yeah,
it was something like that.
I was talking to one of our other friends, Austin Cooper. We're locker buddies, and then I see Alex come around the corner. He's like, do you model? And I'm like, yeah, I actually do. And then I showed him. I think I showed you the canes.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Normally, we always have this build your own $15 stuff, right?
Yeah.
But this one's a little bit different. You're gonna build your own country concert.
Okay.
But you're gonna look at this photo, right? And we're gonna have the photo on the screen too, so y'all can see it as well. Mike is a very big country fan, and you're gonna look at this photo, right? Starting off. So here you go, and you gotta build your concert.
Okay, so I got $100. See Morgan Wallen on here, George Strait.
And you can put me at the 50 too.
Yeah, me and Alex gonna start a country band, so stay tuned.
And we're at the 50, so
yeah,
you can be like
it's gonna be called the Hayden Pustejovsky Band. So y'all stay tuned.
Ain't no one gonna show up if we name it that. No, for sure. Okay, so there's George Strait. I gotta have George Strait. So I got $60.
He's the GOAT.
What's your favorite song from him? I know
The
you're
Chair.
a big fan of him.
The Chair. Oh my god.
Go ahead, sing it. I know you can sing it.
No, I don't. Wait, is that third?
Well, excuse me,
but I think you got my chair.
Oh, next.
Is my boy on here? Is Willie Nelson on here?
I don't think he's on the phone.
No, he's not.
What the heck, bro?
Hey, bro, I didn't make the photo.
All right, we're locking in. We got George Strait 40, so I got $60 left. It's hard. I love Morgan, but
Would you have another 50 up there?
I see Ty Myers at $10. Mine and him. I gotta have Zach Top, so I'd have George Strait. Then Zach Top is 20, so that's $60 total. And then I go Ty Myers, that's 70. I guess get a woman and get Megan Maroney. She's really good.
My wife? You talking about my wife?
Mm-hmm.
You talking about Megan Torres?
Megan Torres.
Shut up, bro.
Wait, so is that?
Hey, wait. All right, so I guess final. I'm gonna go Morgan Wallen, Megan Maroney, Zach Top, and Ty Myers.
Wait, but you said George Strait. You said you were gonna have George Strait.
And George Strait, yes.
Ain't that over 100?
Who did I just say? I said Morgan Wallen.
And
I meant George Strait.
And George Strait. Yeah.
Honorable mention though, Morgan Wallen. I hate to leave him out, but I couldn't go 240s and. Or I could go Morgan Wallen, George Strait, Zach Top.
I think that's a very good show.
That's my final answer. Three. Yeah, that's what I would go with. But my backup would be the first one.
Hey, can I participate in this?
No. Next topic.
Let me see. I want to do it.
Go, make it quick though. Here we go.
Shut up, bro.
Remember,
wait, so we have to pick for one from each category, right?
No. You don't have to. It's
it's just $100.
Yeah, but
sweet.
Remember that I'm a 50 choice up there too though. Alex Torres, put him up there.
You'd be like a
let's
$10
hear a
choice.
song if you're 50. Give me.
Yeah, I need some vocals here real quick. No, quit laughing. Just
Give me a random song.
Sing "Thought It Was Love" by Ty Myers.
No, whatever.
You look so good in love, George Strait.
You look so good.
All right.
Yeah, see, that's where I cut you off right there.
Yeah, cut me off, bro.
George, you gotta take George Strait. He's the GOAT. George Strait. I'm gonna take Ty Myers because I've been listening to him a lot lately. I think Wyatt Flores is actually really underrated. Nobody listens.
Are you gonna pick him?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, you can get two $10 choice. I think.
Yeah,
Ty's
a great $10.
George Strait, Ty Myers, and Wyatt Flores, bro. Like, and I got $40 left still. Like, that's, and then I'll get Zach Top and Treaty Oak. That's 100.
Is that
yeah.
past the 100?
No, because 20, 40, 50, 60, and then George Strait. 100.
They better be performing for a long time. That's a lot
I
of
was
people.
gonna say they're gonna have to.
That's a tough festival. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
But it's a concert, not a. I mean, unless it's so one night. Let me see. I'm no game.
I know ball.
So obviously I'm gonna pick my dog Morgan Wallen. So that's 40.
Yeah, Morgan's great.
Man, because I went to a concert of his, and man, he was so good. Yeah, so I pick him, and then I see Zach Top at 20, so that leaves me at that's $60 spent. I have 40 left. I have Megan Maroney at 30, so I have Megan Maroney and then Ty Myers at 10. So I have Morgan Wallen, Megan Maroney, Zach Top, and Ty Myers. That's a good concert. Anyways, but
shout out Keith Whitley too.
Yeah,
He's not on the list. I love Keith
Whitley.
I love Keith Whitley.
Hey man, if you love Keith Whitley, sing a song. I know you sound. Hey, don't you like the song Miami?
I do love Miami.
Yeah, you love that song.
It's a special song.
It's a special song.
You know.
They play that. They play this song on repeat every time.
Yeah, we play it all the time. I was at his house this past weekend. We were doing karaoke, and I ended up singing it.
And it was horrible.
It was terrible.
It was the best one.
You might. I don't know if you can put a video up, but there's.
I don't think there is a video. I didn't record myself.
I recorded some
singing
of you
it,
singing,
but
and he didn't have a good crowd behind him.
All right, Mike, so we're going to do a quick rundown of what Florida was, right? So take it off from the plane ride. We landed. That's when I met your sisters.
Kinsey and Kayla.
Yeah, shout out to Kinsey and Kayla.
Twins.
Yeah, twins. You know, twins are twins. But what's called shout out to Kayla for allowing us to stay with her. And that also brings it back to Allie, because
that night
Allie stays with Kayla. Shout out to Allie. She's a track runner.
She's a runner as well.
Yeah, she's a runner. She track stuff. Got it.
Nah, you gotta keep that.
I'm gonna keep that in.
That's going in.
Yeah, shout out to her. She's cool. And then that's when we met the rest of her friends, right?
Yeah.
Who did we meet for? Oh, we went to go get subs with
Leilani.
Yeah, her, and then so she showed us around the sub.
Leilani's awesome.
Yeah, she's also cool. And then she's also cool.
She's also cool. Then from there we went to the pool.
And we
met
at the pool.
A lot of these people. This is my first time meeting them. Ellie, Melissa. Oh, we met people. A lot of people I met for the first time. Yeah. besides like over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Ellie, Laura, Melissa.
You mentioned Ellie, Laura. Yeah, and then what was the next event from after?
We had dinner that night. It was Hannah, Colton Batts, and Camille.
Yeah,
amazing people as well.
It was at a bay, where it was, it was a bunch of seafood.
And I also met my sister's boyfriend for the first time, Landry.
He's shout out to Landry. Landry's funny, man. And then so that was a good second day. Really, our first day, because the first day it didn't count.
And the next day,
was the big day, right? Yeah,
which was some of the tug of war we mentioned.
Yeah, it was at the beach. So Hayden, you would have loved it over there, man. You would have loved it. If you love Waxahachie, Texas, you would love.
Man, I don't like it.
Yeah. So later that night, so it was Leilani's birthday. Man, Tabernoka. I don't even know how to say it, but what I do know what to say is that it was a good time. It was a very good time.
Sharks.
Yeah, we're gonna be sharks, man. Yeah, we're gonna be sharks, dude. I would love to be a worker there.
We see Hayden in the corner, alone.
If I was working there, bro, I would be on it was dancing every night.
I would be alone. Yeah,
I'd be throwing napkins all night. A big part of this trip, right? A big thing too is that we met those amazing people that we just mentioned.
The environment from where we are compared to there, they go in Florida. It's not a Christian school. We all, of course, go to a Christian school, so everyone here's Christians. But there's a lot different. But they found a group down there, and they host Bible study and stuff. But a good tight knit group that seems really good for my sisters and all. They're all good for each other.
Yeah, man. What's that one thing? It's called Girls Gone Bible. Girls Gone Bible.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but it seems very cool on what they do. Though.
Yeah,
I was very
Bible studies.
Yeah, I was very interested in it.
So y'all the podcast, right? Let me get a question in. All right. So
wait, are you just flipping a question on my podcast?
I am. I told you I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm just joking, guys. But I got a question for y'all, man. These guys are in DMA, digital media arts. They're so busy all the time, right? They're always on the lab, sleeping in the lab, and of course they play football too. They're my teammates. How do y'all manage y'all's time, and like, not only that, like how has God helped you through that and manage, like, I mean, it's got to be a lot of stress. Like physical stress as well. Like, tell me about that.
I'll start off.
Start off, Alex, because I gotta think about this.
Yeah, so God has definitely aligned me here. There's a reason why I come here, because He made a plan. He paved that way, and I've been very grateful for Him. This past Christmas break, I've been watching The Chosen. That show is very motivating, and so DMA it aligns with that. I would love to be very good at my craft within DMA, within the cameras, and if I was very good at, I can work in the film industries. I would definitely love to work for the Chosen, and this school gives me the opportunity to intern with the Chosen. God is amazing. I wouldn't be here without Him, and same for y'all too, right? For example, you overcome adversity within your injuries and with so much stuff that you done. That's not by accident. God has definitely paved the way for you.
And with those things, like he's definitely taught me a lot with just patience and going through those times. I think He put me through those times also just to like make sure you rely on Him. I think a lot of times we try to like put things on ourselves and that weight on our shoulders that we're not meant to carry. That's God's job for us, and I've given that to Him, and He's helped me a lot. Obviously, there's still things you struggle with every day, but God's got me far, and He's pushed me every day. Kind of like The Chosen. Today I watched Passion of the Christ, but that's a great movie, but it's crazy to see what Jesus went through, the crucifixion and everything, but what all He did for us, the little things you do in your life to live for Him. I don't know. If y'all haven't seen that movie, The Passion of the Christ, I recommend it.
What about you, Hayden?
Y'all say we kind of cut you off.
Hey, no, y'all didn't cut me off. Alex started it, and y'all were kind of carrying the conversation. And it was a good conversation, too. I think God blessed me with the ability to, have a good work ethic. I mean, being an athlete already, we already work pretty hard. I mean, I played almost every sport you can think of back in high school. Joining this major and being a college athlete definitely has been a shocker to me. Honestly, there's a great opportunities to get from being here. Don't get me wrong, I really wish I could hang out with y'all more and have some of those connections back, like personal connections, and get to see my family a little bit more. But I feel like I kind of thrive in those situations. Like I enjoy the grind of some things, and when I get into those spans where I don't have something, which is usually uncommon, I feel like the urge to I'm missing something. Plus, even football. I mean, this is our dream, to play college football, and not to mention play college football and pursue your job opportunities, dreams from this major. It's kind of it's fun to do, and I mean, even just doing this podcast is, don't get me wrong, airing this is fun, but the editing is such a long process. But it really is a blessing just to do this, because it's gonna benefit for us in the long run. I just know it. And I mean, we have great opportunities here, and as much as I would love to, get to do some of the own personal activities I used to do back in the day, I'm grateful for it. And I don't know, I guess discipline comes into it. You have to, instead of after practice going and hopping on that video game that you wanted to play, you have to get in that little editing suite and get to work. But I enjoy every bit of it, and I know it's gonna work for us in the long run.
Going back to you, Micah.
Let's flip this. Let's flip it on you, Mr. Model football player, full-time student.
Yeah, so he just said it all right there. I think a big part is that you do all these things, bro. And then I'm not too familiar with it, but I think I know that Christianity isn't spread in that area. If you can keep on doing what you're doing and spread that, I think that would be dope.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely in the model industry. It's not like you're not going to meet a whole lot of Christians. Everyone's so nice, right? Like, everyone's great. There's great people, but it's definitely, like, kind of more rare thing. For example, like, at that Vogue, one of, like, I think it was, like, one of the directors, but I had a cross necklace around my neck. I lost it, so it's off now. But a guy kind of mentioned it and said something, but it made me think. I was like, man, like, I think God really put me in this situation to spread a light in that area to people, and maybe also to other Christians who might be in the model industry that are maybe like kind of like more afraid to show it, just because like they may be afraid how they're viewed, and maybe their opportunities will be lessened. But like later that night there was an after party, and it was cool. Like I was meeting the people, but it was a celebrity development person, like some guy, and he came up to me and he was like, between me and you, he's like, you got something different about you. He's like, you walking down the aisle, he's like, there's something different about you that no one else has. And he's like, there's this light about you. He was saying all these great things. And, like, obviously I'm taking it humbly. Like, I'm so grateful he came up to me and said these things. I didn't expect it. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, like, that's the Lord. That's just Jesus, like, shining through me. Like, that's not me. That's just God. And for them to be able to see God through me is, like, it's just awesome how God works and how he works through us in specific ways. Like, it doesn't matter what, like, if it's big or small, modeling or not modeling, like, whatever it is, like, the way God works is beautiful, and it's awesome to see.
So that's a really cool message, Mike. And I think I hope that you can get into the modeling industry and kind of show that light, because I feel like it's kind of some people can make it to like a satanic.
Yeah, there can be. You're definitely right. There's like for sure it can be some dark areas to it if you kind of just go free with it.
Yeah, there's some satanic areas in that, and I'm glad that you can kind of show the light into it and kind of show the good and like kind of let God shine through you, which is really, really cool. I think we're going to kind of start wrapping up the podcast. And I mean, is there like any kind of message you would like to give to the Tailgate Talk listeners? Give us a little words of wisdom from Micah Wommack.
Leaning on the people around you. Shout out to my amazing family, my amazing friends. I think God led me here for a reason. I met great people. I have great people in my life I'm so thankful for. And just continuing to lean on them, myself, and growing in my faith in the Lord. And one last thing I want to mention, though, is this podcast is called Tailgate Talks. And I don't know if y'all remember, we went to Whataburger one time. We hopped in the back of my tailgate.
I forgot about that.
We all popped up chairs, and we were just sitting and talking, man.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's kind of full circle. It's funny.
I think we'll be doing that in a bit after
I'm going to say, we got a little Whataburger date after this.
And that was like towards the beginning of my friendship with y'all, too. That was... I didn't know y'all as close as I did at the time, like as I do now at the time. So that was definitely one of them starter moments where I got to like kind of know y'all. But yeah, to kind of piggyback off of Micah, just for y'all folks at home, surround yourself with people that will better you and then you better that person as well. I mean, this campus really we've got a big foundation of just a bunch of friends that are pushing each other, and we're kind of leading each other through God, and it's a really beautiful thing to see. I mean, find those people that can push you and find those people you can push them, and it's gonna be a great what do you say, combination. Yeah.
Loving God and loving each other.
Piggybacking on what he said, find yourself amazing people. For your example, the other day, me, Micah, and Elijah Bowman, we went to the coffee shop the other day. We had a Bible study there, and it was great. And it relates back to his sisters. They're doing the same thing over there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, we very much appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Sure, for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for tuning in on episode 5 of Tailgate Talk. I am your host, Alex Torres, along with my partner.
This is Hayden Pustejovsky.
And
our special guest that was blacklisted, but now I guess he's back.
Micah Wommack. Thank you, guys.
See y'all later.
God bless.
Peace.
All right, guys.